Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ladies Fashion Showcase. I'm Astrid, and here with my partner, Melba. How are you, Mel?
I am doing fantastic, my friend. I just had an amazing shoulder day at the gym, so we're ready to
Ooh,
just bring
yeah.
out the shoulder boaters. And given the topics that we have today, it's pretty appropriate. How are you doing today?
Well, starting to a tiring weekend as we had our Multiverse United watch along last night that ended up at 2 a.m. for me. But other than that, I'm good. Happy to be live again. I missed doing this. And being that we're back, we had to bring somebody special tonight. So we have none other than Lauren Goodnight. How are you, Lauren?
I'm well today. Thank you. I got some good news during the week, and my birthday's in about 2 months, and I went ahead and bought my birthday present today.
Yay! What'd you
Look
get?
at you.
Front row tickets to the AW House Rules in Salem,
Yeah.
Virginia. I'll be in the
Yeah.
corner between the ramp and the first barricade. So it's just those two corner seats. So
Yes.
so
That's
choice.
exciting.
And
Love
yeah,
it.
I get to eat ramen noodles for a little while now, but it'll be good.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah, that's
ramen noodles.
exciting though.
I'm really
Yeah,
excited.
I love it.
It's been a year since I got to go to a show. Last one was NJPW's Capital Collision in DC. And that was really, really good, but it was also like it was a band-aid for not going to Forbidden Door. So
Oh,
Fair,
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Forbidden Door was actually the first place where Andre and I worked.
hey, that's amazingly
Yeah, that's
cool.
true.
All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I figured I would start here with good news for our show. I mean, they're all good news, but this is, I think, the best one out of all of them. Um, I guess I don't want to say breaking news, but it feels that way. We had an announcement from Impact Wrestling that they had just signed Jody Threat of all people to Impact Wrestling. Not even like I think 2, 3 weeks, not even a month after signing Kylie King. And, we just want to say congratulations to Jody. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy because I had said it and making an impact for a couple of weeks now that they had needed to revamp the knockouts division. They needed new fresh faces to give something new to the product. So when I saw that, I was like, does that mean she signed? Does that mean she signed? I was just waiting for somebody to confirm it, and I was so happy. So I figured, well, what did you think, Melva, especially since you know Jody? How was that for you, knowing that she signed to Impact now?
Yeah, seeing her perform live is just absolutely incredible. The wild child she is. She's so entertaining, just so immersed in what it is that she does. And as much as she is like an incredible in-ring competitor, she brings that energy and interacts with the crowd at every opportunity she can. I'm so excited to see her on Impact. I'm not a regular watcher of Impact. I may just have to be now.
Yeah, Laura, did you see that news about Jody signing with Impact?
I did. I saw you guys talking about it. And that just
Yeah.
means that, the knockouts division is even more impressive. I'm super excited to see what she can do.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
on a bigger stage, rather on a
yeah,
bigger stage.
that's true. Yeah, I figured it would be a great way to just revamp. I feel like they needed kind of like that reset button, so it's nice to see two signings back to back for the Knockouts division. It makes my
Mhm.
heart so happy to see two important people like her and Kylie King getting that spotlight they deserve. So more than anything,
Mhm.
congratulations, Jody. It's well deserved. So nice to see that happening to nice people and good people that know how to work. So I figured
Mhm.
to start with that. Next up, we wanted to talk about something that happened, I think, recently. I forgot exactly what had happened, to be honest, but uh, the Bella Twins are no longer in contract with WWE, so they went from going from the Bella Twins now to officially the Garcia Twins. I did see a lot of comments of people going, "Why did they have to go with the basic Spanish name?" It's their last name, people, if you didn't know. So,
That is some
if
race.
you
I'm
didn't know,
going to go
newsflash.
ahead and throw the R word around. That is some racist ass shit. As
Yeah.
racist as hell. They
I
are
mean, they're
beautiful
Latinas. What do you
Hispanic women, and they can just, everybody who's talking shit can shut up. If this is a
Yeah.
G-rated show, I apologize.
No, by any means, you're fine. No, I thought it
Not
was
when there's
interesting
a
seeing
Melba.
those kind of comments. Yeah, true. But no, I thought it was interesting seeing those comments of like people's like, why do they have to go with that name? They could have gone with any different name. It's like, that is their name. If why not go by their own brand, make their own brand as it is. and they changed like their handles on social media. They changed their YouTube channel as well. So that was super interesting seeing that change now that they're no longer with WWE, having them be their own in their own stuff and their own brands now. So aside from what you just said, Lauren, any other thoughts that you had about this change from Bella Twins to Garcia Twins?
Yeah, it feels. I'm so glad that that's like becoming a big deal right now. Is that when the women leave WWE, they get back their names, they get back their old interests. They, we get to see a more unfiltered version of them, more of a version that they would want to present. And I think that can be really, really cool for us, especially if the decision was a mutual party. So, hi, Triple C. Hi, Mark Talks Wrestling. It's a pleasure to see you.
There you go.
We've got
how about you, Mo?
Here.
Yeah, I see. I'm like, how was that for you, Mo? Like, I love that not only did they say it, but they also had a video kind of like introducing themselves again with the Garcia Twins name. It was like, that was like well done. And I'm not even a fan of them, but I like how they did this. So that was pretty awesome to see. How did you feel about that announcement, Mel?
You know what? Like, honestly, given what had happened, like just previously, where the Bellas had, or the Garcias now had come out, started talking about their experience with what was it, the Royal Rumble there, or one of the Raw
yeah,
show.
the Raw 30, yeah.
Yeah. After that, I was like, ooh, something's gonna go down at this point. When I did hear that they were, when you were the one who actually told me, Astrid, that they had no longer been affiliated with the WWE, I was like, I'm not surprised, and I think it's a great move for them. I just got to flat out say though, as my usual catchphrase here, it smells Vincey. It's got the smell of old man perversion and dementia on it.
They're Laurinaitis's kids. Of course, it's going to smell Vincey.
Yeah, and it's
like, I think you're reading too much into it. These are just Laurinaitis's kids. That's all.
It's very, very true. And like, honestly, I was, as soon as they opened their mouths about it, I was like, they're not going to be there very long. And to be honest, I think it's a great move for them because, as you said, it's an opportunity for them to rebrand themselves in something that they probably really explicitly want to do, as opposed to you're being paid to do this, so just shut up and do it. And I think it's a great move for them. I think it's going to be something fantastic for us for entertainment in the future. I great move.
And the Garcias are going to do a new reality show, yes?
Oh.
I mean, no, I'm asking.
I know they had announced there was some kind of show I don't think they were hosting. I forgot what it was about. I know it happened recently though. So yeah, I know they were hosting some kind of dating show in the future.
Okay, got it. Because I know that AEW just threw together a reality show, and since the Bellas have done it and Danielson is signed to AEW, my immediate thought was, oh, what are they going to do? But I mean, that's like having the idea that AJ Lee would show up in AEW just because Punk did.
That's true. I mean, we did see Juice Robinson kind of pop up in AEW recently, didn't he?
Yes, he is
and
signed.
He's married to Tony Storm, right?
Yep.
So
and Renee finally made the jump.
Who's Penelope Ford's Kip? Is that his name?
Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. Oh, Penelope! Oh, I love her so much. She's so filthy. I think she's great. Mark Talks Wrestling says the issue I have with the best in-ring work isn't good, and I'm not necessarily going to agree 100%. I think they are not main event worthy on their ring work, but they're still solid B tier, entertainers. They're still mid-card gold.
Yeah, one thing I credit them for is like, even though you may think like I'm not a fan of them. I really am not. But I respect them in the aspect of like, with the reality show, they brought in a new market of fans there. And you cannot say that, there's a credit to the cast of Total Divas for bringing in those fans through the show. So it's like they were executive producers, and even if you want to say the main stars of the show. So they're like two of the reasons why people, were watching wrestling, and a lot of females were fans of women's wrestling too. So it's like, that's why I say, it's kind of like marketing aspect of it. You got to think about it that way, that they're bringing in new people, new fans to this. Yeah. So that's why I say their ring work might not be good, but they can always improve. There's always room for improvement. they have, Brian with them. Brian can also always teach him more, so you never know. So it's like I wouldn't say don't judge it based on the wrestling thing, because they can bring eyes to the product. And let's say, for example, if they do show up in AEW, is more eyes to AEW. So they, it's something they can't deny in that aspect of it.
Yes, they've got that. They've got what I think Jade Cargill also has, which is you just bring in a completely different market with you, and it's instant. Like Total Divas immediately brought more eyes to WWE. Like immediately. I wasn't watching wrestling at the time. I had watched wrestling many times in my life, for long periods, but I wasn't at the time. But I was into reality TV. And so I only knew about characters like Dean Ambrose and Daniel Bryan because of Total Divas. And then when I got back in, I was like, what did I miss? What all happened? And yeah. So they really do bring people back to wrestling and bring a whole new audience. You're absolutely right, guys.
Yeah, I think you were going to say something earlier. I think.
Actually, you guys both said exactly what I was thinking. It works out perfectly. Yeah, because they do bring a different set of eyes. Like if someone was watching reality TV and not wrestling, or watching wrestling and not reality TV, it was a perfect crossover. And I definitely think that AEW could definitely benefit and bank on something like that. So bringing them in would be a smart decision, and having Brian already there definitely kind of sets up for that.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah. One thing also I wanted to discuss, I haven't seen the episode, just seeing little clips here and there, but I do plan on seeing the episode for Charlotte's Legends episode that happened on A&E over the weekend before. And there was one particular part that really stood out to me that I wanted to discuss it with both of you, being that we had the female perspective here. And there was a clip of Rhea Ripley talking about Charlotte and telling her basically the backstory is that Charlotte's always backstage trying on different outfits to see which is the best way for her to look, because she doesn't want to feel like she looks like a man, or that she looks bony, or that she looks like a certain way. And she's asking people for opinions before she goes out there with her looks. And I thought that was super interesting, because she said that she's gotten like really body shamed online. So that's why she's always careful about picking her outfits the way she does. And she's like, I don't want to look like this, and I don't want to look that certain way. And Rhea just tells her that, you're beautiful. Just wear whatever you want to wear. You don't have to be thinking what other people are saying. But thinking of somebody like Charlotte Flair, or just when you think about her, she's like up there, and thinking of the comments that she gets, it's sad to see that somebody like her, who's always so confident in the ring and in her work, and seeing her go through something like this is so upsetting to see. And I wanted to talk about that because I had, issues like even myself being like, I'm a curvy girl. So just when you see people looking a certain way, you kind of feel that pressure. So seeing that, I feel like I understood her point of view on it as well. It's like, I don't want this outfit maybe look a certain way because it's not, I'm not going to wear it. And I've been through that before. So I just want to get like your guys' thoughts on this. So it's like, Lauren, how did you feel? I think I sent you guys the clip on Twitter. Like, how did you feel seeing that little clip of like Rhea and Charlotte was body shaming?
The more I thought about it, the more I thought about everything that I've seen about Charlotte on Twitter. Like I go back to that initial interaction, which is something that WWE wants. It's people to have. They want its employees to have some sort of social media thing, and she would post pictures of herself and on Instagram with Andrade or with his family or with her family, and it was just wonderful. But constantly, all people did was talk about her boobs, her butt, her face, her newest nose, whatever she had to do. I mean, she takes bumps like crazy. These women all do. And so, no, they don't have their original teeth. They don't have their original breasts. Some of them don't have their original thighs. And, they all get lip work if they've had teeth done. So, I hate it. And it's that's a good way to find people to block. If you're on a block, like if you're going for it, man, find a Charlotte Flair thread.
Yeah. How about you, Mel? What did you think about that clip when I sent it to you guys?
It really, as someone who used to be morbidly obese and then went to the farther scale, end of the scale, being severely underweight and with an eating disorder, not because of what I felt, but because of what I was perceiving as other people, I just got to say, shut the frack up. If it ain't your body, it ain't your business. And as Mark said in the comments here, think about it as if you have a child. If you have a daughter, if you would not say that to your daughter, don't say that to a stranger. Like, it's a very simple go back to Bambi and watch Bambi. Listen to Thumper. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And if you feel that you need to put something up there, put your profile pic. Put your real pic. Don't put no anime thing. Don't put no cartoon. You put your face up there so that we can come back to you and just be like, well, you want to say this? We can say this too. It's shameful. It's embarrassing as a society that we feel we have to degrade people just to feel better about ourselves, because that's initially what it's coming down to. People aren't attacking Charlotte because they feel great about themselves. They're attacking her because they want to be her. And that's what infuriates me about the entire kind of situation. But yeah, as I said, if you wouldn't say that to your wife, your sister, your mother, your daughter, shush.
Your second grade teacher.
Just a
woman. You would not say this to your first or second grade teacher. Everybody loved one of the two. No, don't do that.
Yeah, just shush. Because it's really none of anybody's business. I mean, she is a fantastic in-ring competitor, and it annoys me to see her putting on these amazing matches. And the first thing out of people's mouths is, oh, she looks like a boy. Oh, she has no hips. Oh, she has no butt. I don't give a shit. Do you see who she's married to?
Yeah, I mean, it's her body is, her commodity. And that, while that is very, very sad to say, her body has been her commodity her entire career. And that, it takes time, it takes effort. And once you're insecure about it, you never get back to it. Like never 100%. Entirely get back to it. And I don't know, bullying is bullshit. And there's been so much. Did y'all hear? Riho was bullied off Twitter.
Yes, let's get into that one.
Yeah, I figured that will be a great connection to our next topic of Riho and even Eddie too.
Yeah.
Was that Eddie Kingston or Eddie Edwards? There's so many Eddies.
Eddie Kingston. Yeah. Riho deactivated her Twitter after just sort of being barraged by the same kind of like bullshit that you saw on Hana Kimura before she unalived, because we're on Twitch, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Unalived is fine. And so to see Riho go ahead and get off the platform is super healthy. And to see someone who is as passionate about women's wrestling as Eddie Kingston get off the platform in solidarity. I mean, that speaks to how important Riho is to the division, and to the intelligence that Riho had to leave, and the quality of the character of her friend. I hope we all would have such a thing.
Yeah. And it's very unfortunate that people just feel that they can hide on the internet and just attack people like this. Like, really, do we not have anything better to do? It's very obviously we don't. The whole situation, and then to have someone who's supposed to be in the wrestling industry and passionate about the industry, like Jim Cornette, kind of talking negatively about that. It's like, I understand that this man is respected in this community, but
no, he isn't.
We don't have
no, he isn't.
But that being said, you shouldn't be speaking illy of people like that, especially when you don't even know what's going on, or you don't even have to deal with what it is that they're dealing with. Men do suffer some kind of harassment online. Oh, yeah. I just feel that it's a different kind when it comes to women and men. You're obviously going to get these people who are going to tear down men just as much. But like with someone like Riho, I don't know. I really feel like, as someone who has been that person who has gotten things and bombarded in your DMs from stuff, it's inappropriate, gentlemen. It's just inappropriate. Don't do it. Don't harass
Yeah.
people. If you like someone, just post a meme and hope for the best. Stop being so desperate and saying such horrible things to people just to get attention from them, or just to get a like or a reaction. You're not that special.
These are people that need a hobby and like love in their life, not from a woman, but like from their homies, or just like, what is so bad? What about your boredom? What about your life is so horrible that you feel better? You feel entertained by talking smack on somebody else. Then again, I'm sitting here and I'm going to be talking shit on Cornette. So
We're talking shit about the shit talkers.
yeah,
I feel
Cornette
like that's
can
karma.
literally, Cornette can eat my headphones. I don't even care. He has done more damage to the wrestling community in the last 10 years than he did good for the entire time of his life. And I'll stick with that. Don't at me.
We're speaking about Cornette, right?
Yes, Cornette.
Okay. Because like, I had to hear so much about that idiot for so long. Now that I'm not with the guy anymore, I don't have to hear about it. It's great. Oh, so nice.
Welcome to freedom. Freedom is a beautiful thing.
Freedom.
Yeah, it's one thing also that I noticed, especially recently, like when I see like any kind of wrestling quote tweet or reply from somebody, it's somebody saying something negative about them. It's like, that's one thing I would like to see change. Why don't you just quote tweet the people that are supporting you, the people that are showing you love, and the people that are like actually being positive towards you? Don't be quote tweeting the people that are like body shaming you. It's like, we as fans don't want to see that in your timeline. As a fan, it's like, I don't want to see that at all in my timeline in any way whatsoever. I'd rather see you saying, like, quoting somebody telling you, I've been a fan for 10 years. Can you give me a happy birthday wish or something like that? Like something simple as that. I'd rather see like more positivity on my timeline than those kind of responses. And I really don't like that those like the negative ones are the ones that get the attention. Because then as a fan, you're like, should I kind of be that way to get the attention? And you don't want to be, of course. So you're just like, I'd rather give positivity and kind of spread that out a little bit more. So I would like to see that more often, especially in places like Twitter, because all I see is like those quotes of like, well, yeah, you follow me, or like, yeah, you're the one that, you know, you've been here the whole time, or you've been a fan before, or when they look up the person's name and they find like a positive message from before, but to get the way they got attention was the negative one. So it's like, well, it's like I would like to see more positivity to be like highlighted and shown, especially on Twitter, because I feel like it doesn't happen often, unfortunately.
But I
It is
also
what it
think
is.
that it's fair. It's fair for these women, well, and men too. It happens like crazy. You should see some of the shit that Mustafa Ali had for a while. It was when he was like main eventing and upper mid carding, he was getting some serious harassment. It was sick. But what was I going to say about that? Shoot, I had a thing. On from the next thing. The other thing was all of those clicks and those interactions mean that your name is being seen more. And so you're going to make more money. AdSense is going to see more from Google. You're going to be looked up on Facebook more often. Your shows are going to be watched. People are going to be talking about you constantly. And if you don't make drama, you don't make money because of just sort of the human existence. We like Schadenfreude. We really like Schadenfreude. Just as humans, not me or you personally. But humans love that shit.
Oh, yes.
And so it's just the difference between keeping a Twitter or keeping like an Instagram or a Tumblr, where those experiences are completely self-guided. You make your own algorithm for those, basically. They're really, really involved with how you interact with them, as opposed to being sort of paid to go one way or the other. Twitter's not like that. And you got to keep in the eye, and that just means drama and pain and and Schadenfreude and constant difficulties.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do
And
not
it
want
seems to be
peace.
the one
We
place
want
that people
problems
like
always.
to post.
Hmm?
It seems to be the one place that people like to post the most kind of hate. Whereas like on Instagram, you don't really see that, but I feel like their guidelines are a little bit more better.
There are barely any guidelines on Twitter right now. We are all self-policing. I'm a member of community, so I'm constantly going through and doing community notes, and I'm at the point where I'm writing community notes and doing stuff like and going in and being very serious about debunking things and finding the truth. And there's no help. There is no mod team for us. There is barely a mod team for like Twitter in general anymore. So that's the reason that bullying is, gotten so bad, so much anti-Semitism, a ton of anti-trans and homophobic,
Oh,
homophobic,
so say that's a new one.
homophobic. No, a lot of fairly foul perspectives are getting an extraordinary amount of leeway, and so we end up with Riho getting off of Twitter. Good woman. Smart, damn smart.
Yeah, I think the difference is too with Instagram. I think I noticed with celebrities at least, they can kind of filter the comments. So like, let's say I don't want to see the word fat on my comments, they can kind of restrict that. So certain people cannot comment if they have those kind of words that they don't like. It just kind of find it a variation of including all those words as a filter in there, so they're not including the comments. So I feel like you have a little bit more control in that sense of what you can get or you receive in those comments, versus on Twitter you can't really get that unless you either put like a private account or you put it basically in your circle. And I feel like a lot of wrestlers are not going to do that, because how do they promote their their events and stuff like that if they put it more privately? So it's like a win and a lose at the same time in that sense of it.
The good part about Instagram is that you can still keep an extraordinarily strong following and turn off comments.
Yes.
And that's, I don't think anything else really works that well if you turn off comments that way. And Instagram, you can completely customize what you get to see when it comes to that.
Yeah, because I feel like
that's
even if you
something
put
I
it
noticed
as
with Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay had comments turned off for a very, very long time. He only recently turned them back on.
Renee Paquette just turned hers back on, and she had hers off since before she and John got married, because she was getting so much harassment from his fans. It's more of that misogynistic woman to woman bullying, man to woman bullying, and it just it has no place. And so she turned off comments, and instantly her Instagram was more fun. So
imagine how
because
that
I feel
works.
like even with Twitter at least, because if you put it, I know there's an option that you can put only certain people can reply, but even still people kind of quote tweet that and kind of give their answer, even if it's something bad. So I feel like either way, if you turn off the replies, they still have the kind of that like, I don't want to say it, but like kind of the loose end of like they can quote tweet it and answer in that way, so you can still get the hate. Versus that's why I think Instagram's a little bit more, I don't want to say safer, but it feels safer in that kind of way when you can filter those kind of things, and like you said, turn off comments or turn off certain words that people cannot comment on them. So it's very, very interesting thinking of like how each platform takes kind of bullying in that certain way, and they have answers to it versus some other ones don't. So it's interesting thinking of it like that. And even now, like this moments, like I've seen it with Alexa Bliss, who's gotten like, I know she's had some kind of stalker and he makes multiple accounts. So there's times that she had to private her own account, even as a celebrity, for a little bit now while it calms down, because he likes to make new ones all the time. Versus I see it on Instagram, for example, I can put, to block Mel, for example, Mel and any other accounts that Mel makes in the future. And that's something like Twitter doesn't really have it as an option. So it's interesting thinking of like different privacy aspects that they have for them too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've actually had to deal with a stalking situation myself too, and it involved Twitter. And the guy couldn't find me on any other social but Twitter, and the same thing. He just kept making new profiles, harassing me that way. It's not okay. When someone says no, just shut up. Please.
Yeah, and I feel like another thing that happens very often is like you see people reporting it because I have reported people that I've seen on my own timeline, and then you report them and you get the emails like, "Oh, they didn't violate any of the community guidelines." It's like, how did they not? Did I read what I just sent you? And it's one of those things
Mhm.
like I feel like they should be more working more often and more diligent on things like that, and really look at what's going on rather than just like, no, it's fine. Next.
Mhm.
The mod teams give like no one wants to really talk about it, but if someone is reported by a community member, the mod team pays a little more attention, especially if you can back up what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, I mean there are ways to get people off of Twitter. I have banned more people. I've gotten more people banned than I like to talk about. But
You probably made it safer though.
hey, I'm just doing my job. We don't like hate speech in this house. We tolerate no hate in this house.
Good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't tolerate hate in anything, let alone
Yeah.
in someone's house. However, the internet just makes it very easy for people to just hide and talk their ish without actually having to be held accountable for it.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. I figure I'll
That's
let
what
New Japan
screenshots are
resident here.
for.
So,
That's what a
I figure let
screenshot is
New
for.
Japan resident Mel Ball talk about this next topic, which is Mercedes Moné and her new championship match coming up soon. So tell us about that part, Mel.
So Mercedes Moné has accepted the challenge of both Azumi and Hazuki. She's going to be challenging for the IWGP Women's Championship, and I am so excited for this. But man, like, there's so many options on what can happen in this match because I haven't seen anything confirmed. Is Monet re-signed with, I don't remember what the Japanese TV company starts with an A. It'll come to me at the end of the stream.
Asahi?
Yes, that's the one. I know that her contract is up in April, so they haven't really announced if she's re-signed. So it kind of leaves it open ended to see, could she win? Could she not? If she retains, I mean, it could be a potential that she's re-signed, that there's going to be more matches. She's going to expose Stardom and NJPW to even more people. It's going to expose the wrestlers of Azumi and Hazuki to even more people. And like, let's be honest, I mean, if you've seen Azumi perform, if you've seen Hazuki perform, you need to be watching these girls. These are incredibly talented women. I mean, Azumi is only 20. I believe Hazuki is only 22, 23, not much older, but both of these girls have such an extensive already career within professional wrestling. Azumi starting wrestling at 11 years old, like she's the high speed champion. I'm so excited for the potential of this because then they're leaving it as a secret. Like they're actually leaving the whole thing with Mercedes as a secret right now. Is she signed? Is she not signed? This is what I want more of. I want more surprises. I want more questions of, did she resign? Could she win? Is Hazuki going to step up and really kind of like take that over? Is Azumi going to step up? I don't know. I'm excited either way. Lauren, what do you think about this?
I have some ideas. I think that you're absolutely right. They don't do these did they sign, did they not sign in the women's division anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're doing it here, and I think that's going to be very interesting because it's such a men's wrestling power play, and for her to be in that position very publicly in that position, it really, really, really is compelling. I would be very excited if she signed back up with TV Asahi. I could, especially if it's a nice, like the one that she's on right now. If it's, I think, is it by appearance or is she? So. Okay, so she's by appearance, and I keep it going, make that money. Bring eyes.
Make that money.
Appeared on regular.
Make that money. Thank you. That money.
Yes.
Money. Yes.
Yeah.
And that match with her and Kyrie was just off the chain. If that's what we have to look forward to with Mercedes, no, I'm not stopping it at just 2 matches with her. Give me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
so much more.
Absolutely. And the match with her and Kyrie was so
So
good.
good.
It was really good.
So good.
Was it the same show that had it was Kenny. He was going for the IWGP US Championship and he got it. It was like match of the was it him versus Osprey?
Okay.
It was him versus Osprey.
Oh, that was at Wrestle Kingdom, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Wrestle Kingdom is when
When she debuted.
Mercedes came back, but she didn't
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I conflated the two in my head. My apologies.
The main where she won was Tanahashi versus Okada, and then
And
she came out
Okada
after when Okada retained for
holding
the. And that also is very telling to me because she kind of set something up for an intergenders match there, and I'm kind of like
Yeah.
looking at the situation, going, okay, well, this match is happening before whatever they set up there is happening. So it kind of makes me lean towards a little bit of the idea that she may have signed in some capacity as maybe an appearance, as you had mentioned, Lauren, to kind of do another historic crossover show potentially, which I would love to see personally. See Okada and Monet maybe team up with the intergender winners from the last one, Tanahashi and Utami Hayashishita. Would probably be a great match. I mean, I know Okada and Tana has kind of been done into the ground, but the addition of Utami and Monet there, I think, would be an incredible kind of angle that could actually help them bring out some kind of new stuff in a feud that's already been kind of like decades in the kind of making there.
Yeah, and then one thing I love, whether she's by appearance or she's fully signed, is seeing her with that championship everywhere she goes. I freaking love it. You know, seeing her from the Mandalorian there with Rosario Dawson just doing that picture with the title. And even now I'm looking at pictures from the convention here in Orlando, MegaCon, and her doing that Q&A and having that title next to her. And it was like, it makes my heart so happy. And I keep thinking, this is what she wanted to do from the get-go. You know, take that, you know, when she's a champion, take that title anywhere she goes. And it's just a great way to promote it because either way, if you're the kind of person you don't know about wrestling, but you see her she's with her dog in the championship, and you're like, what's that championship from? And then somebody's gonna end up asking a question, or somebody's gonna end up taking a picture, something, and it's gonna end up like igniting people to watch what she's doing now. And I love what she's doing. It's such a great marketing aspect of it to think about it later, because she's, no matter where she goes, she has a championship with her. So just seeing her, it makes me so happy seeing that. Even like now seeing her like signing the stuff for MegaCon with the Mandalorian stuff in the background, I was like, this is what, you know, this is her dream. This is what she wanted to do. And it's so nice to see her so happy and smiling wherever she is. And even now with her YouTube channel giving us like those behind the scenes things into like what she's doing now, being in Japan and, you know, making her way to Wrestle Kingdom and things like that. I love seeing that because I don't feel like we ever got like that kind of feel from her before. And I want to see more from her because I like those backstage moments of like her with like Bailey when they hug and they're like, you know, she's my friend, she's here to support me and things like that you don't see often. I want to see more stuff from her like that. So I was really excited seeing that. I'm so happy for her right now. It's like I feel like no matter what she does, it's gonna seem great for what she's doing as a champion. So I'm just so excited for her in every aspect of it.
I liked seeing everybody in the crowd for her, if only because it shows that there was no heat between her and her coworkers when she left. That the heat that was there, if there truly was any, which there probably was. I mean, it's the WWE.
Smells Vincy.
Smells Vincy. Oh my God.
So
the people.
Vincy.
No.
What?
I got guys.
Breaking news?
In my head, yes. So the people who So like the people who are like super duper, you know, pissed off about wrestling all the time and angry to be angry and all that, we're going to call them Vincels.
Vincels?
Vincels.
Vincels, I love it.
Done.
That's also such a noble kind of name. I love it.
Vincels. Yes.
Vincel. Love it.
All these
Vincel
fucking bullies, these Vincels.
I wanted to go to Throwback's comment. What's up, guys? Hanging out for the weekend. Can't wait for a stand out and deliver, I suppose, in WrestleMania. Are you excited for Battleground looking at? I mean, so far we've only seen the poster. I feel like after tomorrow, I'll be excited for Battleground. I'm excited for the fact that Ed is going to Battleground, so that's exciting. I'm gonna have to find a co-host for that post show. Now, but no, I'm excited for him to be able to see that because I've been to NXT and I know he hasn't been able to like watch it live, so it's nice to see him getting that
No.
aspect of it from the screen to now live. But I am excited for Stand and Deliver tomorrow. And for those that don't know, like Ad and I are gonna go and do a post show after whenever it's over because we don't know what time it'll be over. So I don't know if it'll be 3,
Nice.
4 p.m. Eastern, whatever time it is. But yeah, Ed and I will be talking about Stand and Deliver after it's over tomorrow. So that's really exciting. But I figured to like close out, it's WrestleMania weekend. There's so much wrestling going on. What are you guys excited for this weekend? So Lauren, what are you excited for like when it comes to wrestling this whole weekend for you?
I really want to see that TJPW pay-per-view. As much as I wanted to watch Bloodsport, that requires a Fight Plus subscription. And man, I got like Disney Plus, I got Hulu Live TV, I got
Relatable.
Crunchyroll. Man, I can't pay another $8. I'm paying $9 a month for NJPW. I can't pay another $10 a month for Fight. So I guess I'm looking forward to ROH Supercard and
Yes.
TJPW. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it for me this weekend. Sorry, guys.
Oof. You have a light schedule. I'm envy of you right
I
now.
think I'm lighter than you guys.
I know. I was
I'm
about to say,
actually
Maud,
not watching
you're not
anything.
watching Mania, right?
No, I'm actually not watching anything that's going live this weekend. I'm catching up on Stardom and watching the New Blood shows from the 25th and 26th, where I will be doing a review with Andre C on those guys. It looks like we have some new champions in there and maybe a new character in Karma coming into Stardom, which I'm very excited because I have not been particularly keen on the Umasaki cutesy little bow thing joining Oedo Tai. Definitely need that zombie killer lady in there. But yeah, I'm going to be watching Stardom all weekend.
Can you do me a big favor, Mel?
Yeah.
If you see a really good match and you can find it on YouTube, could you push it my way, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for
I
some
figured to-
standouts right now.
Was actually called the one of the better matches on that one, so I'll have to watch it and check you out.
Please do. Please do. I would really appreciate that. It would make at least the kind of things I'm saying a little more.
Hey, where
weighty.
Starlight Kid is involved, you know it's going to be good.
Of course.
And that's her tag partner for Karma. So yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Going to be off the
It's going to be
chain.
good.
I believe they faced off
Yeah.
against God's Eye. I think it was Mirai and the other girl who I forget her name. It'll come to me again off stream because that's when they all come to me.
Mhm.
And Astrid, what are you looking forward to the most this weekend?
I'll definitely say Stand and Deliver. It's my thing because I know WrestleMania is one thing that
Mhm.
happens very often, but it's nice to see NXT being out of like the PC area and being out of the Orlando area, doing something different. I want to see what the crowd is like, and looking forward to so much in NXT because we know from that women's ladder match to the guys in the North American Championship to even hoping that Carmelo gets his crown and he gets the NXT Championship, which is like one of my favorite things too. I'm looking forward to. And thank you, Bobby, for coming in here. It's Marcus saying, looking forward for the women's title match to Stand and Deliver and the IC title match at WrestleMania. Also, Lauren's favorite person winning the W title at Mania. Ew, who's Lauren's favorite person? I need to know now.
Who's up for the IW title at WrestleMania?
The Intercontinental is Gunther and Sheamus and Drew, three-way.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
more.
None of. I don't know what Mark Talks Wrestling is talking about because
Mm.
I don't know. I got like one of those people on my radar. Sorry. Nope.
Sorry,
Nope.
I refuse to accept Gunther. It's still Walter.
Nope. We have
Yeah.
I work with the Tom Hollyhue community, and we have some people in that chat who are Gunter fiends. And I'm like, I'm so glad these people have some killer fans. But oh, Mark Talks Wrestling was talking about Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody Rhodes a little bitch. I love him. He's my favorite. I love him so much. I love him. I love his wife. I think his dog is cool. So it's like, yeah, Cody Rhodes a little bitch still.
Yeah. Well, I figured to close out the show, since you're the guest, Lauren, where can the people find you? What do you have going on, especially this weekend?
On Twitter, they can find me at Lulu Goodnight, LuluGoodnight. On Instagram is I am Lauren Goodnight. And let's see, YouTube and Twitch are both Lauren Goodnight, LaurenGoodnight. I'm not really doing anything for the next 2 weeks because I'm getting ready to have some surgery. And so it'll just be watching a lot of wrestling. Oh, I'm going to be on OLE on Sunday morning. At noon.
Yes.
I was like, what are you going to be doing? I'm going to be on busting out on our local establishment around
noon. Yeah, noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern. And I'm a little scared because I'm their first female guest, so I'm a little nervous.
You're supposed to keep them on the rails. That's your job. Keep them on the rails.
Do I look like I'm going to be able to keep anybody on any rails ever? I go off the rails constantly. However, I'll make them come with me.
Oh, there you go. I love that. What about you, Melba? What do you got going on?
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to follow a Melball on Twitter, you can follow me at Collins Melball, or you can follow me at Melball Collins on Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Facebook. You can catch me weekly on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk on YouTube. We upload usually on Mondays and Wednesdays, depending on how many things we got going on. If there's a tournament, there's probably going to be like more days. But yeah, we should have an episode coming out on Tuesday, actually, this week, where we're watching our Stardom. We're going to be recording on Monday and reviewing the New Blood show there. And other than that, I don't have anything going on for another few weeks. I'm like Lauren, I got a few weeks off.
I'm not sure, man. They're taking out 2 of my vertebrae, so I'm not sure it's going to be a vacation, but I'll do my best.
You got this, girl.
Very true.
Yeah, got
We
this.
believe in you.
No, I don't.
And Astrid, my beautiful friend, where can we follow you?
You can find me on my Twitter, Astrid Pizarro, as it's there. My Instagram is Astrid Pizarro 20. You can find me tomorrow. I got 3 things going on tomorrow. Hopefully I'll survive. 10 in the morning, I'm doing predictions for WrestleMania on Jose's channel. That's on my social media. If you can follow him, you'll see it on Twitch tomorrow. And then, like I said, post-show for NXT Stand and Deliver with Ed. So after whatever time Stand and Deliver is over, we'll be live going on. And then later in the evening, we'll have our reactions to Night 1 of WrestleMania. I believe Bobby's going to be joining us. Carl, I think, is going to be joining us for that one on OLE as well. So it'll be Ed, myself, and Carl for Night 1 of WrestleMania Reacts. But I know OLE has other stuff going on as well. So if you want to follow them on their YouTube channel and their Twitch, you can see everything that's going on as long as you do. I probably can remember everything. Sorry, I don't have a great memory. But other than that, I just had a recording earlier today with Rob and Maggie from Fightful. So if you're actually subscribed to Fightful Select, I'm on their show tonight for Coex 16 After Dark. So if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, really excited. Thank you, Lauren, more than anything, for stopping in and being here with us. I know we had this in the works for a few months now when we weren't able to do it until now. But I'm glad we made it happen finally. So thank you.
I'm very grateful that you invited me on, and I had a really, really good time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we hope to do it again. More than anything, now before we go and before I hit the outro, sorry, I'm gonna raid Women's Wrestling Talk. And for those of you that don't know, I do write their NXT reviews on the weekends, so I'm gonna rate them on. I know LG is having their show right now, so I wanted to with my good friend LG as well. But yeah, I thank you everybody for stopping in, and then we'll see you next time.